There's plans for another lockdown. His advisor has said it. You know, it seems particularly likely.
An extreme lockdown.
What do people do if next year it's 10 times worse?
Well, it's never going to end. They're never going to end.
Chris Hayes said something to the effect on Twitter that people need to emotionally prepare themselves for another lockdown.
I think what Chris Hayes should take his own advice, because I don't think he and his fellow people are emotionally ready for the response if there's another lockdown.
No, I agree. Here's the deal. Chris Hayes has no power. So at an elemental level, as a psychic rapist, he wants to lock you down. It's true.
How is it rape if you're in your own house?
No. He wants to make you stay in your house, make you go bankrupt, make you commit suicide as his leftist power North Korea trip, man. And it's BS.
Chris Hayes wants that?
Rachel Maddow wearing glasses.
I feel like these people are more just,
Rachel Maddow's Rachel Maddow wearing glasses.
No. Klaus Schwab and the UN want an endless lockdown to train us on world government and to bankrupt things, and I say they burn in hell.
I think that
you're gonna burn in hell.
Here's what I see happening.
What's
with
the
media.
sister?
Just very dry. So the media allows most conversations to flow in one direction when it comes to COVID.
Yes.
That the end is
Only
nigh.
bad news,
We must
yeah.
lock down.
Yeah.
Oh, record cases, but not deaths. It's like record cases.
Because if there's any kind of dispute about paths, then you can't force people to do the worst situation.
Plus,
So,
only
I'm
UN-approved data is allowed, but the UN says don't do a lockdown, but we're doing a lockdown.
Yeah.
I'm saying that none of these
Danger,
politicians.
danger.
None of these politicians want to take responsibility for any death.
Right.
So they only err on the side of just shut it down, and I absolve myself of any and all
Yeah, no,
responsibility.
it's
the
like the
incentives
Texas
are stacked
governor.
against them.
Right.
The Texas governor is like Governor Newsom's vestigial toe, or like or Greg Abbott is like
He
Newsom's
won't
hemorrhoid.
stand for the flag.
Who wouldn't?
Greg Abbott.
No, he will not.
He
won't
refused to
stand
stand.
for anything.
Wow.
Yeah, he can't stand.
So anyway, what I've often said is that if you are not allowed to say things like things are getting better, we don't need a lockdown, it's time to chill out, or at least there's a likelihood you could be banned for saying these things, then most people say, I don't want the responsibility, I'll just agree with the lockdown.
No, I agree. And then
media drives-
epidemiologist, like the head of Rockefeller University comes out and says, you need herd immunity, don't do this, it'll never end. And here we are 8 months later doing it again. And they go, you're banned. That's not UN approved. I mean, it's just like, who the hell cares?
And even as simple as saying, okay, the numbers of cases are going up. What's the death rate like? That's the real
It's not going
concern.
up.
If
It's a
everyone
little bit.
had COVID,
It's not
and no one
infection,
dies,
it's death rate. And death
Yeah.
rate's way down.
That's the
But
thing that matters.
The hell is here. The winter will have more pneumonia and flu deaths, and that's why they're salivating for fear.
Because it'll be
Well,
death with
I-
COVID
I
instead of death
actually
of COVID, yes.
have some interesting news. I think it was Gallup that said something like 68% of people would refuse to comply with the lockdown if they attempted.
Oh, yeah,
Let me try and
people
pull
are
that up.
You know what?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I've got a bunch of family that are well-meaning, college-educated.
say one thing.
No, listen, they're college-educated liberals. And they used to, like, look down at me and stuff. Now they're like, what do we do? We're ready for war.
In that voice?
Yeah, basically, yeah. They're not.
cool.
They're not wimps. They're like care about people. Like I'm good. I'm gonna be liberal. We're gonna be egalitarian. They're now. They think the social contract is broken.
Yep.
And they're ready for war.
68% of it's very easy to say I'm not going to comply. I will believe it when I see it. We have a lot of data this year about what people will actually do, and it's very disheartening.
Well, let's say this: it ain't gonna save anybody. Never do they tell you need vitamin D3, you need vitamin C, you need zinc. Finally, Fauci had to admit that, and I got like 20 phone calls from like my lawyer, and like I had
Jay called you?
I had this FBI guy call me up, and he goes, "This FBI guy I know." He's like, "Alex, I thought you were making it up. We need D3, but I saw Fauci say it, so now."
What about we were supposed to have no ventilators? Remember that?
I was wrong. I got
we
a
need the
future correction.
ventilators?
It actually says that 49% said they would be very likely to stay home if the orders were given to lockdown. So the number is declined dramatically from 67% said they would follow the orders in March to 49% saying they would be very likely to follow.
What you get if they do that, it's a death sentence. It kills the economy that kills the third world.
And it also gives low-status people a position to feel empowered over other people and force them to stay home.
And tattletale.
Yeah, now they could be like, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it to save lives.
It's your hero.
Yes,
Yet when the protests and the riots started, there was no problem. Let them.
We were told
Oh, remember they had a study in like AP or whatever. Black Lives Matter marches by the millions lowered COVID.
Yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah. That was it was I think it was University of
Study.
Colorado.
Yeah.
But
It was.
Trump
Colorado
rallies,
We
SAP
were-
report
we
on
were
it.
told-
But Trump rallies make it higher. I mean, like,
we were told simultaneously that we have to at all costs stay home and we have to at all costs take to the streets to protest. It
exactly.
was simultaneous.
Yep.
And right now, you've got, when Joe Biden won, they all run out. They're sharing drinks. They're like taking the mask off and swigging from champagne and passing it around. And I love it when Joe Biden pulled his mask off to cough. It's like completely inconsistent. And so you know what I see as the issue with like a lot of what we've been talking about? Smart people are sitting there watching it going, what the? And
Not smart, aware.
Aware, I
It's
suppose.
It's easy to train smart
Alert.
people to be obedient.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, yep. Learn.